A bank executive is investigating your bank account. My dear child, if you believe in angels, start this video and watch it completely. Angel says, I have sent Archangel Michael with the most critical instruction of your life. This is not just a whisper from heaven. It is an emergency. Michael is not walking calmly. He is flying at full speed. His sword is drawn. His wings are blazing. And his voice is roaring through the heavens because your name has been called in the courts of divine justice. There is a sound in the heavens tonight, and it is your name. It is echoing loudly in every realm, and it cannot be ignored any longer. You have been chosen. You have been marked, and something colossal has been set into motion on earth that involves your name, your destiny, and a check. A high amount check that just shocked a major executive at a private bank. Heaven has seen everything, every whisper, every secret, every hand that signed it. You are not just being watched by angels. Child, you are now being watched by people in powerful positions. Someone did something in silence, and now it is coming out in full exposure. Archangel Michael says this is not an ordinary message. This is not a casual prophecy. This is the moment when we bring everything to light. The executive who accessed your account was not doing it out of curiosity. They were given an internal alert, a system warning, and a red flag that appeared at exactly 3:02 a.m. because a check far beyond your daily transaction history was deposited into your name without you knowing, and it didn't come from someone you'd expect. No, it came from someone God has been hiding in your storyline for years. Michael is weeping not because you're in danger, but because of how long you were left in confusion. He is furious at the forces that tried to blind you. He is emotional because God just ordered a reversal of everything that was stolen from you. Yes, you read that right. The amount deposited is only the beginning. It is not the full sum. Heaven says this check is just the signal that more is coming. It is the divine receipt of a war already won. God says the person who issued this check carries a divine burden. They fought the darkness. They fought their own family. They fought public shame. And they still signed your name. My child, you were being protected from seeing it too early. You were being hidden from systems that would have deleted the transaction. But it couldn't be stopped. God made sure the bank server glitched for 7 seconds, allowing heaven's signature to be encoded into your financial trail. 7 seconds. That's all heaven needed. Michael wants you to know that the bank executive is not your enemy. He is your signal. He has no idea that you are part of a divine movement. But his curiosity is serving heaven's will. He was assigned to investigate. And as he reviews your history, he will see patterns, times when you prayed, and the system shows strange delays, approvals, and reversals that don't make sense in the natural. But in the supernatural, it was all divine timing, heaven's code. A team in the bank is now reviewing your profile. A special meeting has been called. There's an encrypted file they cannot open unless you give permission. That file, it was uploaded by someone who has access to old divine trust accounts. Yes, they exist. No, the world doesn't talk about them because heaven hides what is sacred until the appointed hour. And now the hour has come. God says, this person deposited the check because they owe you more than money. They owe you justice. They owe you closure. They owe you restoration, but they didn't write a note. They couldn't risk it. They only left one clue: your birth date. That's the memo line on the check. Nothing else. Just your date of birth, because that's what verifies the divine legality of the transfer. It's not just a check. It's a spiritual redemption. Michael says, you will see sudden activity in your financial records in the next 72 hours. You must not panic. You must not tell anyone. God is working through the silence. There is someone watching you who doesn't want you to receive this. That's why this message was hidden behind layers of divine protection. That's why you're reading it now in this precise moment, because the timing couldn't be earlier or later. Only now. God continues. Do you remember the times you thought you were forgotten? When you were down to nothing? Those nights you cried in secret. I was there. And I was counting every moment, every tear, every time you gave when you had nothing left. And now the return is not just emotional. It is financial. It is real. It is tangible. You will see it with your own eyes. But there's more. The bank executive who flagged your account has a cousin. This cousin works in legal affairs. She was contacted this morning by an anonymous source asking for clarification on your rights to an old estate. That estate, it's connected to a person who passed away recently but left behind a sealed instruction to trace you. Only you. No one else. You. God says this is not inheritance by chance. This is inheritance by divine right. Michael says a powerful woman tried to intercept this blessing. She thought she could claim it. She forged your initials on another document last year, hoping to reroute the money, but her name has been erased by the angels. Her documents are now void. There is an unseen courtroom in the spirit where your victory has already been declared. But now it is unfolding on earth through banks, through people, through divine coordination. You must be ready because the next step comes fast. The check that was deposited is only 1 nth of the total release. The rest is stored in stages. Yes, stages. Because heaven knows you are stepping into something too big to receive all at once. The system would collapse. Your nerves would collapse. But God says, I will give it to you in layers so you can grow, adapt, and protect it. But listen, there are people who are going to act very strange around you soon. They will suddenly call, suddenly appear, suddenly want to help. But God says, test the spirits. Not every hand reaching for you is clean. Some are reaching for the miracle, not for your soul. Let me expose them first. Michael says, there are 3 people in your circle who will pretend to be shocked when they hear your good news, but their spirit will resist it. Be still. You don't have to confront them. God will show you through their eyes, their tone, their timing. Just watch. Now, let's return to the deposit. The person who issued the check was once told to stay away from you. Their own family cursed your name, but they didn't listen. For 3 years, they've been secretly preparing this. 1 check, 1 move, and now it's been done. They didn't want credit. They wanted peace. They believe you are the key to their redemption. And even though they are far away, they will be shown in a dream holding a golden envelope with your name glowing on it. That's how you'll know who they are. Michael wants to show you a number, 818. That number will appear on a message, a call, or a reference code. When you see 818, it means heaven has released the vault. This message is long because the weight of the miracle is long overdue. You didn't just survive, you outlasted a system designed to eliminate your lineage. And now you are the one they couldn't stop, the one heaven marked for generational wealth. And God says this check is your trumpet. It will announce what I am about to do. God says there is a date stamped in the heavenly ledger with your initials beside it. That date is approaching rapidly. It is the release date of the full divine trust. The reason why this check surfaced now is because the seal was broken in heaven at the exact moment you declared you were tired. Do you remember that moment when you whispered, "God, I can't anymore"? That moment triggered the intervention. Michael heard it. The angels heard it. And something shifted in the divine timeline. What was meant to come in 2 years was rushed forward, accelerated. Heaven ordered the delay to be reversed. And now you are standing on the threshold of one of the greatest divine financial shifts ever recorded over your bloodline. Michael is commanding a battalion of warrior angels to surround your digital footprints. Every device you use, every login you attempt, every email you check, divine encryption is being placed on your identity because the person who deposited that check is under surveillance by someone dark. That's why it took this long, but they didn't give up. They took the risk for you because they believe that if you rise, generations will heal. You are not just receiving money, you are receiving a mandate. Heaven is trusting you with resources that carry divine purpose. That's why you felt the shaking. That's why you felt the attacks before this message came. The darkness knew what was on the way, but you still stood. And now the reward cannot be delayed. The check deposited into your name triggered 3 reactions. In the spirit realm, the chains over your financial access were shattered. The lie spoken about your worth was broken. The proof of your divine inheritance was uploaded into Earth's systems. Yes, even the Earth is responding. Even the people who doubted you will begin to sense it. They will not understand why they feel nervous around you. It's not fear of you. It's the fear of conviction, because what God is doing in your life will expose their complacency. Someone in your family has known about this inheritance. They've been quiet, but their silence was not loyalty. It was a strategy. They thought that if they remained neutral, they would still benefit. But heaven says they will only be allowed to observe, not partake. Michael is revealing a key location in your dreams. A door, a hallway, a flickering light. Watch carefully. This is where you will find clarity. Every symbol you see is part of a code. Write them down. Document everything because your memory will be the vessel that carries future instructions. You are about to be contacted by someone who will sound distant, professional, and extremely formal. But don't be deceived by their tone. Their voice is a key. The questions they ask will confirm what I've told you. Don't reveal everything. Only speak when prompted. Let me fill your mouth. The deposit was not accidental. It was intentional, and it was traced back to a location that no one could predict. The routing number doesn't match any known domestic bank because it came through a system tied to international trust foundations, ones that protect sacred family wealth. These are not ordinary banks. These are divine holding chambers, and you've just been entered into the access list. There is a woman who knows. She has been quiet for a long time, but she received a dream. She saw you surrounded by gold light. And now she's nervous because she once mocked your prayers. But God is convicting her spirit. She may apologize soon, but don't let guilt manipulate your grace. Forgive, but protect. Michael says, there are two people who are about to vanish from your circle. Don't chase them. Their disappearance is divine. God removed them to prevent them from stealing your joy. When the full miracle is revealed, you may begin to feel moments of silence in your spirit. Not emptiness, but pause. This is the Holy Spirit downloading clarity. Don't rush. Don't panic. Let it come slowly. The check was a sign. The rest is being delivered in waves. And when it does arrive, when that second larger deposit hits your account, you will remember this moment. You will remember that God told you first. The bank executive still doesn't know your full story, but soon he will have no choice but to contact the mysterious sender. That sender will say only one thing: it's time. And then they will vanish because their assignment will be complete. They were sent by heaven as a courier, not a friend. Their job was obedience, and they obeyed. God says, my child, the pain you went through wasn't punishment. It was proof. Proof that you could be trusted. Proof that you would not sell your soul when life got dark. Proof that you would still say my name even when no one helped. And now proof that you are ready. There's an angel assigned to your financial trail. Every missed opportunity, every failed investment, every closed door, they are all being reviewed. Because restoration isn't just about receiving money. It's about returning what was stolen. That includes a project that was stolen and renamed. A testimony that was buried. The announcement. The shofar that heaven blew in the realm of man to declare it has begun. Michael wants to leave one final confirmation tonight. You will see a document in a strange color. It will not look official, but it is. Sign it only after midnight when the spiritual veil is clear, not before. If you believe in God, type Amen. Archangel Michael says it's an emergency. Do not ignore this. This is not a casual moment. This is not a coincidence. I order you to open this now. This is a direct command, not from man but from heaven. God is watching this very second. The atmosphere is trembling because a holy signal has been released. A gate has opened in the spirit realm, and your name is echoing through it. You must listen. Because something is happening that you didn't ask for, and yet it is tied directly to your destiny. Someone, a bank executive, has started looking into your bank account. Their eyes were not supposed to notice you, but something just happened that triggered their attention. A large check was deposited, and the person who deposited it did something strange. They didn't sign it like normal. They whispered your name under their breath, as if you were meant to receive it, as if the money came not from them, but through them. This was not an error. This was not random. This was orchestrated by divine hands. Archangel Michael has descended not to alarm you, but to protect you. Because the moment that check entered the banking system, it activated an alert in both heaven and earth. What is happening now is part of a divine setup. The one who sent this check is not who you think. This is a person who carries secrets. Secrets that connect back to your past. Someone who owed you something. Someone who took what was yours and tried to rewrite history. But God said enough. No more delays. No more stolen blessings. No more hidden inheritances. What was taken must return, and it will return multiplied. You are not reading this by accident. You may feel nervous. You may wonder if this is real. But Michael says, trust what you feel in your spirit, not what your mind says, because your soul recognizes this message. Your higher self is already leaning forward. Heaven is surrounding you right now. Your angels are standing close. Your name is being sung in the realm of glory. The check that appeared in your account has weight. Not just monetary value, but spiritual purpose. It carries evidence of a divine promise. And now it is being investigated. Not because it's wrong, but because it is different. The system does not understand what heaven is doing in your life, but they are about to witness it. God says you are safe. Let the system investigate. Let the banker question, because in the end all roads will lead back to you and you will be vindicated. You will be elevated. You will be proven right, not by words, but by what heaven manifests in your reality. This is not a warning to fear. This is a warning to prepare, because the transfer of wealth that is coming into your hands was promised generations ago. You are the fulfillment of a prophecy someone tried to erase. They thought if they blocked your opportunities, you'd give up. They thought if they kept you busy with survival, you wouldn't notice the blessings trying to reach you. But God has turned their trap into your triumph. The check was deposited because the time has come. The alarm in heaven has sounded. Your season of waiting has ended. Michael says when this check showed up, it activated a deeper layer of divine surveillance. Now every lie spoken against you is being exposed. Every voice that tried to stop your elevation is being silenced. The person who deposited the check was not just sending money. They were returning honor. They were obeying a divine instruction, one they didn't even fully understand. They thought they were fixing a transaction, but they were fulfilling a prophecy. That's why your account is under watch. That's why you must not be afraid. Let them look. Let them search. Because when they dig, they will find favor. When they question, they will be stunned by the truth. This wasn't a gift. It was restoration. Heaven has ruled in your favor. God is with you. Nothing will go wrong. Not now. Not when you are this close to breakthrough. Do not let fear enter your heart. Fear is a liar. Fear tries to convince you that you are vulnerable. But heaven says you are covered, protected, anointed. When Archangel Michael surrounds you, no weapon can touch you. The enemy may try to create confusion. But confusion cannot stand in a place where divine clarity reigns. God has already gone before you. The audit they plan will expose them, not you. The truth will stand, and you will not be shaken. Breathe. Let your spirit rest. What you've been praying for in private is now manifesting in public. The large amount deposited is not only currency, it's confirmation. Confirmation that your name has value in the realm of heaven. Confirmation that your life carries a frequency that cannot be ignored. Heaven has tracked your sacrifices, the quiet nights, the tears no one saw, the hard choices you made when no one was clapping, the love you gave when it wasn't returned, the moments you chose faith even when fear was loud. All of it was seen. All of it was recorded. And now heaven is paying attention in a way you've never experienced. You must stay grounded. Do not panic. Don't call anyone. Don't explain yourself. You don't need to fight. You don't need to prove anything. This blessing came from heaven, and no human institution can cancel what God has ordained. They may try to label it. They may ask for documents. They may ask questions. Let them. Because for every question, heaven will release an answer. For every doubt, God will confirm His presence. The signature on that check may be unclear to the Chelmnakung and Jer to the Derg world, but it's signed by divine instruction. Your name was written by light. That deposit is only the beginning. Archangel Michael says you've been under attack for years, spiritually, emotionally, even financially. There were times when money disappeared without explanation. There were times when opportunities escaped your grasp like smoke. People made promises they never kept. You worked so hard and yet reward never seemed to come. But now the tables have turned and the check was a sign. A reversal has begun. What the enemy delayed is now being fast-tracked. What the enemy blocked is now being released. And because of that check, your name is being whispered in boardrooms. Your spirit is showing up in places you've never physically entered. Your favor is outrunning your footsteps. You may feel unprepared. You may say, "But I didn't expect this. I don't even know where this came from." And that's the beauty of it. You don't have to know how. You just have to believe who God is, the orchestrator of divine surprises. He doesn't wait for your calendar. He moves when the heavens align. And right now they have the check was a seed of something far greater. More is coming, more deposits, more open doors, more recognition, and with it more spiritual attacks. But don't worry, Archangel Michael has increased your spiritual security. You are guarded on all sides, not just from humans, but from spiritual attacks sent to confuse, delay, or drain you. Stand firm. Do not doubt. Do not return to small thinking. The check was not a glitch. It was a glimpse. A glimpse into your next season, your kingdom's season. The investigation is not a punishment. It's a platform. God is letting them look so they can see. So they can witness what it looks like when someone is truly favored by heaven. You won't have to say a word. Your life will speak for itself. The blessing will defend you. The anointing will answer every accusation. Heaven will not let your name be slandered. You are being elevated not only financially but spiritually. You are being entrusted with more than money. You are being trusted with legacy. Let go of fear. Let go of thoughts like, what if they take it back, or what if this is a mistake? A bank executive is investigating your account, but heaven does not make mistakes. God's timing is perfect. You have sown enough. You have cried enough. You have worried about your finances long enough. And now the harvest is appearing. Do not sabotage it with doubt. Receive it. This investigation is not a threat, but an opportunity. Celebrate it. Guard it. Thank God for it. Because this is not just about your bank balance. It's about what He is doing through you and your resources. Others will be blessed. Because of this scrutiny, others will receive financial healing because of what flows through your hands. This is about impact, not just income. You are part of a divine transaction. The funds in your account are part of a kingdom move, a spiritual wealth transfer. Something bigger than what you see on your statement. Don't just ask how much is in your account. Ask what it's for. Because God is assigning you new influence, new authority, new financial power, not to boast, but to bless. You will fund visions. You will unlock dreams for others. You will be the financial miracle someone prayed for. But it begins with you accepting that God chose you for this moment. You are the recipient of heaven's abundance. the vessel of light in a world of financial darkness, the example of divine redemption in a corrupt system. Archangel Michael says, "He has never seen such intense interest in one bank account before." The angelic realm is stirred because you are shifting financial atmospheres with your presence. The enemy tried to stop you with this investigation, but it's too late now. You've crossed a threshold of divine favor. You've touched God's heart too deeply with your faithful stewardship. Now the Father has made a decision. Nothing will stand in your way anymore. Not even bank policies, not even financial regulations, not even skeptical opinions. If heaven says yes to your prosperity, no earthly power can say no. And heaven just said yes loudly. You are safe in this investigation. You are chosen for this financial blessing. You are wealthy in more ways than you know. The bank executive scrutiny is just the beginning of your testimony. God is about to release more than you asked for through this situation. Because when He restores finances, He doesn't restore to your level of thinking. He restores to His unlimited abundance. So prepare your heart and your accounts. Stay in alignment with His purposes. Guard your peace as the investigation unfolds. Watch your connections, for new divine partnerships are forming. Protect your joy, for it is your strength in this season of increase. Because everything in your financial world is shifting, and heaven has already declared it is done. The bank executive will find no fault, only favor. Your accounts will not just be cleared, they will be multiplied. This investigation is not to harm you, but to highlight you. It's not to expose wrongdoing, but to expose God's goodness. The executive will be amazed, not by irregularities, but by inexplicable increase. They will see numbers that defy logic, blessings that surpass understanding. You are being positioned as a financial Joseph in this generation. What the enemy meant for evil, God is using for good. This scrutiny will become your stage, your moment, to shine with heavenly light in the corridors of earthly finance. The bank will not just clear your name, they will champion your cause. Doors of opportunity will open wide. Financial advisors will seek your wisdom. Philanthropists will partner with your vision. Your testimony will inspire a generation to trust in God's provision, to believe for supernatural increase. Remember, this is not just about money. It's about ministry. It's about manifesting God's kingdom in the marketplace. You are being entrusted with resources to reshape industries, to redefine success, to restore hope to the hopeless. As the investigation proceeds, stand firm in your faith. Let every question asked be an opportunity to showcase God's faithfulness. Let every document reviewed be a page in your story of divine provision. Your bank statements are becoming scrolls of testimony, records of heaven's intervention in earthly affairs. The executive will find themselves on holy ground as they dig deeper into your accounts. They will encounter the fingerprints of God on every transaction. Your financial history will preach a sermon of grace, of unmerited favor, of miraculous multiplication. This investigation is your Red Sea moment. What looks like an obstacle is about to become a pathway. The very scrutiny meant to limit you will launch you into new realms of influence. You will walk through this season on dry ground, with walls of provision on your right and left. As news of your vindication spreads, it will spark a revival of faith in God's provision. People will look at their own bank accounts with new eyes of faith. They will begin to believe for their own financial miracles. Your story will break the spirit of lack of a generation. In boardrooms and bank vaults, your name will be spoken with reverence, not because of your wealth, but because of your witness. You will be known as one who carries the presence of God into places of financial decision-making. Your influence will extend far beyond your balance sheet. So stand tall as this investigation unfolds. You are not a suspect. You are a spectacle of God's grace. You are not being audited. You are being authenticated as a true servant of the Most High. Your accounts are not just in order. They are ordained to display God's glory. This is your moment to shine, to show the world that there is a God who provides, who multiplies, who turns even the scrutiny of bank executives into stepping stones of testimony. You are writing a new chapter in the annals of faith and finance. As the investigation concludes, prepare for promotion. Prepare for provision beyond your wildest dreams. Prepare for a platform to declare God's goodness to the nations. Your faithfulness in stewarding little is about to be rewarded with authority over much. The bank executive who started this investigation will end up as a witness to your wisdom, a herald of your heavenly backing. They will leave your presence changed, challenged to rethink everything they thought they knew about finance and faith. So lift your head high. Square your shoulders. Look this investigation in the eye with the confidence of one who knows their God. For you are not just an account holder, you are a history maker. You are not just a client, you are a catalyst for kingdom advancement. Let every question be answered with grace. Let every document be presented with praise. For this investigation is not your end, it's your beginning. It's not your downfall. It's your uprising. It's not your shame. It's your shining moment. Not in the courts of heaven. Your case is already settled. In the ledgers of eternity, your accounts are overflowing. So face this earthly scrutiny with heavenly assurance. For you are backed by the bank of heaven, insured by the blood of the Lamb, and your dividends are out of this world. If you believe in God, if you trust in His provision, if you stand firm in this moment of divine opportunity, type Amen. 4. Your faith is about to move mountains of financial impossibility, and your testimony will echo through the halls of history, declaring that with God, all things are possible. Even in the face of a bank executive's investigation,